What's up everybody, Coach Stubbe here. Today I'm going to be taking you through how we would coach the counterbalance squat at performance course. This is a great movement pattern as it helps develop the overall proprioception and motor control in the squat, but it can also be utilized as a way to just gear yourself up and dial things in before a heavy squat session, just making sure from the ground up that you have everything locked in. When choosing the weight for the counterbalance, the biggest thing is to make sure the limiting factor isn't going to be their shoulder strength. We want to make sure that they can still get quality reps and exposure to the lower half. The technique that we start with is pretty easy. We want feet straight under our frame or slightly wider. I want to press my big toe through the ground to create a rigid arch for me to squat on. From there, I will hinge my hips, bend at the knee, and simultaneously extend the plate out straight in front of me until my eyes are looking straight through the center hole of the plate. It'll look like this. I'll hinge and bend, extending straight out in front of me. I want to go down until my hamstrings cover my calf, and then come up and squeeze my glutes at the top. Again, hinge and bend, good control, slight pause at the bottom, and then explode up, squeezing the glutes. If you find that your athletes have tight ankles or don't have the ability to really dorsiflex, or they're getting shot into this poop and dog position, one way you can help them is to elevate their heels on slants or a 5-pound or a 10-pound plate. This will open up the front side of the ankle, allow them to keep a more upright torso position, and it will keep the hip open as well to where they're not going into that poop and dog or posterior tilt. Technique's exactly the same, heels on the plates, hinge and bend, extend out in front of me, hamstring covers the calf, and I squeeze the glutes at the top. Biggest thing with the counterbalance squat again is to develop overall awareness. That starts from the ground up. So addressing and making sure your athletes understand that the foot should be rigid, like a concrete foundation on your house, is going to be pretty important here. We don't want to see a whole lot of pronation or ankle eversion because that introduces a lot of that valgus pressure into the nervous system. And we would like to, at all costs, minimize the exposures that we're getting of that. So addressing the foot is going to be extremely beneficial and making sure that when we get to the heavy loads, the foot is still stable and that doesn't change. Second thing we focus on is the overall plate and what's happening with the plate. We like it not only to help them manipulate their torso angle, but at the same time we're getting really good feedback into the upper back and traps on how to depress and keep that upper back rigid and tight throughout the range of motion, which is a prerequisite for their front squat anyways. If you take your time here, I promise you won't regret it. Use eccentric and isometric tempos and you'll be able to phase this out quickly and get into your goblet squats, hands-free squats, and so forth. If you're already using these with your program, comment and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks guys.